If fat loss were as simple as getting into a deficit of calories and then staying there until you reach your desired goal, well then I'd be out of a job. And so would a lot of other nutritionists and professionals around the world. The reality is weight loss can be quite nuanced and can involve a lot of different strategies to achieve your goal. In this video, I'm going to talk about a couple big strategies and how you can utilize them in order to achieve your goal of weight loss a lot faster and with a lot less effort. Anybody that's dieted for a prolonged period of time knows that there's a lot of struggles that come with it, like cravings, mood swings, decreases in libido, low energy, insane hunger, and even metabolic compensations that take place that actually stop us from achieving our goal. So how do we stop that though? I'm going to introduce you guys to a topic called a diet break. The diet break is something that definitely still requires a lot of research, but so far what we have in the literature suggests that it could be a very helpful tool to helping us combat all of those issues discussed previously. The biggest issue that we run into is the metabolic adaptations that take place. Of course, that's going to be different for everyone, but it might look like slurred or slowed speech. It might look like reduced blinking, reduced fidgeting throughout the day. All of these things your body might start to do just to preserve your energy because you are consuming so much less of it for a prolonged period of time. A diet break can look like many different things, but here are a couple examples of what a diet break could look like. A diet break for someone might be every 6 to 8 weeks, just fully taking a break and eating on maintenance for about a week. And that is honestly the way that I would recommend a lot of people go about it. When looking at the literature, two different groups were compared. One group was the diet break group and the other group was the non-diet break group. The goal of the two groups was to complete 16 weeks of dieting and see the results afterwards. It took a significantly longer period of time for the diet break group to actually achieve their 16 weeks of weight loss at a rate of diet for 2 weeks and break for 2 weeks, which is quite a conservative diet. They were able to achieve their 16 weeks of dieting results in just under 30 weeks, while the other group achieved it in 16 weeks. That may sound like, oh my God, Eden, why are you telling us this? That sounds terrible. Hold on. What we noticed in the group of 16 dieters is a lot of them dropped out. A lot of them observed that it was very challenging to maintain the diet and it was a mental struggle all the way through. And 3, a lot of the people that did succeed were not happy doing it. While some people still saw the 30 weeks as a struggle, a majority of them stayed on. Every single person lost weight. There's a significantly lower reported difficulty level, and the group that took across 30 weeks lost 50% more fat mass than the 16-week group. So they actually lost more fat even though the calories were equated across the 30 weeks and the 16-week group. Something to think about. Additionally, resting energy expenditure dropped half as much in the group that lasted 30 weeks as compared to the group that lasted 16 weeks. This indicates that the diet breaks may help with the maintenance of weight loss after the diet has concluded. Diet breaks appear to reverse the physiological impacts that your body may have in a prolonged deficit, which subsequently can make the dieting period following a break more, if not just as effective as the calorie deficit, which might make it more effective for fat loss. Doing a 2-week diet, 2-week diet break method might be a tad conservative and a little bit impractical, especially because none of us want to lose that weight across 30 weeks. However, performing a diet break every 4 to 8 weeks versus every 2 weeks, let's say, may be a useful strategy for something like physique competitors and people participating in weight class restrictive sports to enhance fat loss and mitigate the decline in performance and in resting energy expenditure that might happen with a far more aggressive weight loss regimen. Now, don't get me wrong, dieting, of course, is still a matter of calories in versus calories out. However, addressing it as just eat less calories doesn't always solve the problem, because eat less calories is not how we think about food. There is a mental side of food as well, and that is affected by things like cravings, hunger, emotional eating, stress. All sorts of different things affect that, and calories in versus calories out is a mechanism. It is not a method. So there are many different methods we can take, whether it's keto, eating vegan, carnivore, or whatever diet you want to choose to take on. All of them need to maintain a calorie deficit in order for you to lose weight. That is true. My suggestion from this video is taking a diet break every 4 to 8 weeks. I think the sweet spot personally is around 6 weeks. I find that in this time, in my experience with my clients, as well as in the literature, you tend to lose a little bit more fat in the long run. Yes, it takes a little bit more time, but the impact on your mental state is significantly less. And if we've learned one thing, is that especially if you're trying to take the weight off and keep it off, it is important that this is as little mental taxation as possible. So if you want to make sure that you lose weight and keep it off, make sure you hit that follow button for more content. I'm putting up weekly videos on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at EvidenceNutrition. Hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next one.